The text came through at 2:47 a.m. Unknown number, but I knew exactly who it was. She screams my name now, not yours. Thought you should know. I sat there, in the dark, phone glowing in my hand, reading those words over and over. Most men would have lost it, thrown the phone, punched a wall, driven to his house at 3 a.m. ready to burn it all down. I did none of that. Instead, I opened my contacts, scrolled to a name I'd saved 3 weeks earlier. Amanda Holloway, Brad's wife. I hit forward, added one line. Thought you should know what your husband sent me. P.S. Congratulations on the baby. Sent. Then I set my phone down, pulled the blanket up, and went back to sleep. By sunrise, my wife's affair wasn't just exposed, it was demolished. If you want to know what happens when a man stops reacting and starts strategizing, hit subscribe, because what I did next didn't just end the affair, it ended 3 careers, 2 marriages, and 1 very carefully constructed lie. My name is Nathan Cross. I'm 39 years old, and I live in Austin, Texas. I'm a systems analyst for a tech company downtown, the kind of job where you solve problems nobody else can see coming. Patterns, data, cause and effect. I've been married to Claire for 11 years. We met in college, got married young, built what I thought was a solid life. 2-bedroom house in South Austin, a dog named Copper, weekend barbecues with friends. Normal, stable, safe. Or so I thought. The first crack appeared 6 months ago. Claire started working late, a lot. Big project, she'd say, texting me at 8 p.m. Don't wait up. She worked in marketing at a mid-sized firm downtown. Her boss, Brad Holloway, was one of those guys who looked like he'd stepped out of a cologne ad. Tall, fit, expensive suits, the kind of smile that made clients sign contracts and made wives forget they were married. Claire talked about him constantly. Brad thinks we should pivot the campaign. Brad says I'm ready for a promotion. Brad wants the team to do a retreat in Fredericksburg. At first, I didn't think much of it. She was ambitious. He was her boss. That's how corporate life works. But then the late nights became overnights. We're doing an off-site. I'll just crash at the hotel instead of driving home. Client dinner ran late. I'm staying at Sarah's. Sarah, her coworker, the alibi that never quite checked out. I'm not a jealous man by nature, but I'm not stupid either. I started paying attention. Her phone always face down now. New lingerie I'd never seen her wear, at least not for me. A gym membership she suddenly cared about after years of saying she wasn't a gym person. And the way she looked at me changed, not with anger, with indifference, like a roommate, a piece of furniture, something that existed but didn't matter. That's when I knew. I didn't confront her, not yet. Instead, I did what I do best. I gathered data.
I checked our phone records. Hundreds of texts to one number. Late night, early morning, during work hours. I cross-referenced it with her calendar. Every late meeting matched a call or text to that number. I reverse-searched the number. Brad Holloway. Of course. I could have confronted them then, could have blown it all up, but I wanted to be sure. So I hired a private investigator, guy named Ramos, former cop, now does domestic cases. I need proof, I told him. Photos, timeline, everything. He nodded. You want to know or you want to be able to prove it in court? Both. 2 weeks later, he handed me a folder. Inside, photos of Claire and Brad entering a hotel together, leaving separately, timestamps, dates, locations. One photo in particular burned into my brain. Them on a hotel balcony, her in his shirt, his arm around her waist, both of them laughing. Ramos pointed to the date stamp. That was the night she told you she was at Sarah's, right? I nodded, throat tight. I'm sorry, man, he said. I closed the folder. Don't be. You just gave me everything I need. But there was something else in that folder, something Ramos had included as a footnote. A printout from Brad Holloway's Facebook page. A photo from 3 months ago, Brad and a woman, both smiling, her hand on a small baby bump. The caption, "Can't wait to meet you, little one. Hashtag dad-to-be, blessed beyond measure." The woman's name, Amanda Holloway. His wife. She was pregnant. I sat in my car outside a coffee shop, staring at that photo. Brad wasn't just cheating on his wife, he was cheating on his pregnant wife. While she was home growing his child, he was in hotel rooms with mine. Something cold settled in my chest. This wasn't just about my marriage anymore. Amanda deserved to know. I found Amanda on social media easily. Her profile was public, photos of her and Brad, their dog, their house in Westlake. Recent posts about nursery colors and baby registries. She looked happy, glowing, completely unaware that her husband was destroying 2 families at once. I saved her contact info, didn't reach out yet, but I filed it away. Insurance, because I had a feeling I'd need it. I still didn't confront Claire. I know that sounds crazy, but I had a plan. See, if I confronted her, she'd deny it, gaslight me, maybe even turn it around, make me the bad guy for not trusting her. And Brad? He'd just lie, spin some story, protect his image. No, I needed them to expose themselves. I needed them to get comfortable. So I played the oblivious husband. I smiled when Claire came home late. I asked about her day. I didn't check her phone or interrogate her. I gave her enough rope, and I waited for her to hang herself with it.
The trap was simple. I told Claire I had a work trip, 3 days in Denver for a conference. "That's great, honey," she said, barely looking up from her phone. "I'll hold down the fort." I booked the trip, sent her the itinerary, even posted a photo at the airport. But I never got on the plane. Instead, I checked into a hotel 10 miles from our house, and I waited. That first night, Claire texted me, "Safe flight, love you." I replied, "Landed, long day, going to bed early." Then I opened the tracking app I'd installed on our shared iPad, the one she used for recipes and shopping lists and forgot was linked to her phone. I watched her location move. 7:42 p.m., left our house. 8:03 p.m., arrived at the Driscoll Hotel, downtown. I pulled up the app Ramos had recommended. It showed recent photos uploaded to iCloud. And there it was, a mirror selfie. Claire in a black dress I'd never seen, caption on her private Instagram story. Finally. She wasn't even trying to hide it anymore. I didn't drive to the hotel, didn't make a scene. I just documented it. Screenshots, timestamps, locations. Then I went to bed. The next morning I texted her. "Morning, conference is boring, miss you." She replied 3 hours later, "Miss you too, busy day here." Busy. Right. Day 2, same pattern. She told me she was having dinner with Sarah. Her location? The Driscoll. Again. I added it to the file. By day 3, I had everything I needed, a timeline so airtight even the best lawyer couldn't spin it. But I still didn't move, because I was waiting for one specific thing. I was waiting for Brad to get arrogant. It happened on the last night of my trip. 2:47 a.m., my phone buzzed. Unknown number. But I knew. I opened it. "She screams my name now, not yours. Thought you should know." I read it twice. Then I smiled. Because Brad had just made the biggest mistake of his life. See, up until that moment, I had evidence, photos, timestamps, proof of an affair. But this was a confession sent directly to me from his phone. Arrogant, stupid, and about to cost him everything. I sat up in bed, wide awake now, and opened my contacts. Amanda Holloway. I'd been saving her number for weeks, waiting for the right moment. This was it. I didn't overthink it. I hit forward on Brad's message, added one line. "Thought you should know what your husband sent me tonight. P.S. Congratulations on the baby. I attached 2 photos from Ramos's file, Brad and Claire entering the hotel, Brad and Claire on the balcony. Then I hit send, and I went back to sleep. My phone started blowing up at 6:18 a.m. Texts, calls, voicemails, all from Claire. Where are you? Call me right now. Nathan, please. I ignored them. I got dressed, checked out of the hotel, and drove home. When I pulled into the driveway, Claire's car was there. So was another car I didn't recognize, a white Range Rover.
I walked inside. Claire was on the couch, crying, her phone in her hand, mascara streaked down her face. Standing in my living room was a woman I'd only seen in photos, Amanda Holloway. She was tall, blonde, visibly pregnant, maybe 7 months, and she looked furious. "You must be Nathan," she said, voice cold. "I am. Thank you for the text." Claire's head snapped up. "Nathan, what did you do?" I looked at her, really looked at her. "I forwarded a message your boyfriend sent me. Seemed like Amanda had a right to know." "Boyfriend?" Amanda's voice was sharp. "Is that what he told you? That they were dating?" Claire's face went pale. Amanda stepped closer. "Let me be clear. My husband, the father of my child, has been lying to both of us." She turned to me. "How long?" 6 months, I said. "Maybe longer." Amanda closed her eyes. When she opened them, they were wet, but her voice didn't shake. "I'm filing for divorce today." Claire started to say something. Amanda cut her off. "Don't. Just don't." She turned to me. "I'm sorry you got dragged into this." "I'm sorry you did, too." She nodded once. Then she walked out. After Amanda left, the house went silent. Claire sat on the couch, staring at her hands. I stood in the doorway, arms crossed. "Say something," she whispered. "What do you want me to say?" "I don't know. Yell at me. Something." I shook my head. "I'm not going to yell, Claire. I'm just done." "Done?" "I filed for divorce 2 weeks ago. You'll be served tomorrow." Her head snapped up. "You what?" "I've known for a month. I hired a PI. I have photos, dates, everything." "You've been spying on me?" "No, I've been protecting myself." She stood up, shaking. "Nathan, please, we can fix this. Counseling, therapy, whatever you want." "I don't want to fix it," I said quietly. "I want out." "But, Claire, you didn't just cheat. You laughed at me. You let him send me that text. You humiliated me." "I didn't know he—" "You knew enough." She tried everything over the next few days. Apologies, promises, tears. She showed up at my hotel, at my office, at my parents' house. I didn't engage. My lawyer handled everything. Meanwhile, Brad's life was imploding. Amanda filed for divorce and requested full custody. She also sent the evidence to his employer, a violation of the company's ethics policy. Brad was suspended pending investigation. Then she posted a single Instagram story, no caption, just a screenshot of his text. "She screams my name now." It went viral in their social circle. Within 48 hours, Brad was fired. His wife left him. His reputation was destroyed. All because of one arrogant text. Claire tried to salvage things with Brad, I heard through mutual friends. But Amanda had already sent the evidence to his family, his parents, his siblings. Brad was done. He tried to reach out to me once, a long email about mistakes and moving forward. I deleted it without reading past the first line. The divorce was finalized 4 months later. No alimony. Texas is a no-fault state, but adultery still matters in asset division. I kept the house, she kept her car, and her shame. I didn't ask for anything else. I just wanted out. 6 months after the divorce, I ran into Amanda at a coffee shop. She was holding a baby carrier.
Inside, a tiny bundle in a yellow onesie. "Nathan," she said, surprised. "Amanda, how are you?" "Better." She looked down at the baby. "This is Emma." "She's beautiful." "Thank you." She paused. "I never got to properly thank you for the text." "You don't have to." "No, I do. You could have just handled it privately, but you gave me the truth, and that gave me a choice." I nodded. "You deserved to know. So did you." We stood there for a moment, two people who'd been betrayed by the same man. "Are you doing okay?" she asked. "Yeah," I said, "and I meant it. I really am." She smiled. "Good, you deserve that." A year later, I'm in a new place, literally and figuratively. Smaller house, bigger peace. I started dating again, slowly, carefully. I learned that trust isn't something you give blindly. It's something you build with the right person. Claire, I heard she moved to Dallas. New job, new life. I don't think about her much anymore. Brad? Last I heard, he's working retail, living in a one-bedroom apartment, paying child support he can't afford. Turns out, arrogance is expensive. People ask me if I regret how I handled it, forwarding that text, exposing them both. I don't, because here's the truth. I didn't destroy their lives. They did. I just refused to let them destroy mine in the process. That text, "She screams my name now," was meant to break me. Instead, it freed me. Because the moment Brad sent it, he stopped being a threat. He became evidence, and evidence doesn't lie. If you've ever been betrayed, if you've ever had someone try to humiliate you, if you've ever chosen truth over chaos, this one's for you. Comment "Evidence doesn't lie" if this hit home. Hit subscribe for more stories about men who don't react, they respond. Because revenge isn't about getting even, it's about getting free.